Hello once more, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Aurora 4X. Now, I'm going to apologise for that one. I do apologise, I just had it on the wrong screen. That's a good little indication that I know I'm recording. So, we have just finished our research into the garrison battalions and the magnetic confinement fusion drive technology. Now, I couldn't quite decide last time what I wanted, so I think I kind of went with the middle ground. It's not quite the full power, but it is a clean... And it will give us another 250 engine power. Was it 250? It was kind of like that. I think it was about another 250 engine power, something in that region. But at least we're going to get the best out of our engines, and in the future we will be able to make them more fuel efficient. So that's going to be fantastic for us. It will be done on the 14th of November 2095, at a research cost of almost 17,000 points. Now, we have just got some labs available, so what would we put them into? Capacitor research technology would be fantastic, but I think I'm going to go with something else as well. Well, actually, let's go back to ground. Let's see. Unit strength. We're going to start researching the unit strength. Heavy assault battalions would be nice as well in the future, but oh well. Right then, so we're going to start researching this with Alexander Page. Good. Right. 22nd of February. Well, we can take some people away from the capacity research. Bring that up there. One more. There we go, bring it up to about 15. 29th of September 2095. Not far away. Now these garrison battalions. What are they like? Garrison. Assault by defense, I'll be... well, never mind. Mobile infantry is 14. Where's the garrison? 14 as well. Okay, right. So garrison have significantly cheaper training costs as well as material costs by the looks, but they do not have any attack. So, yeah, they are, as described on the tin, a garrison unit. So we'll probably build some of those in the future. They are quicker to churn out, so that will be quite good. Right, going back to Lupical Prime. We did start the construction of these ground force training facilities, which is pretty handy. How many construction facilities do we have on the planet? We have 305, which is a good amount. It's a big amount. That's a hell of an amount. Not that much compared to Earth, but then again, Earth is the center of our empire. Right, so we are waiting on those new engines before we can get anything really done. For some odd reason, I could not retrofit the Yonder design to the Mercury, but I'll design the Mercury with the new engines, and we should be good. I do believe we need to finish that research into the new weapon system. Let's see. Energy weapons. Oh no, we're already working on it, aren't we? Okay, that's fantastic. 19th of March 2096. That's not that far away. Do we not have anybody better? We have 2020. Kind of the best we've got then, so we'll roll with that then for the time. Actually, no, 25%. We'll get you on the case. Yes, that should be beneficial. Yep, there we go. Catherine Thornton. Looking for the quads. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That saved us some time, and that's what I like to see. We'll take the people from the capacitive research and put it into the actual turrets and weapon systems. Right, so that's going to be done in November as well. Fantastic. Okay, let's go. So we do need more research labs, honestly, or just improve our research technology. As things are taking longer and longer and longer, which is of course always going to happen, but the more labs we have, the more we can compensate for that slowdown. Okay. Sounds good to me. Build more of them when we get the chance. And, well... design new fleets. We need to make this ship as fast as possible to Mercury. It will be quite interesting to see what kind of speeds we can achieve, but with the extra engine power it should be quite doable. I mean, what do we have at current standards? Are our current engines 1,000 power? I think they're about 1,000 power each, aren't they? So, currently working with about 3,000 engine power per ship as of now. I do believe that's correct. And of course, with the new engines of 1,500 engine power, we'll end up with 4,500 engine power when we have 3 of them for the same weight. Obviously, the fuel consumption will increase, but we have gained a lot of space, which we have put into armor and fuel. So we could reduce armor a little bit and add more fuel if we need to. Okay. Good, full 30 days, that's what I like to see. So our diplomatic team is really on the ball. Not gonna lie, they are really bloody good. I just don't really have that much use for them. They still like me, that's what I find hilarious. The Croxigar hate me. Fuck it, might as well assign a diplomatic team, see if we can do something. Yeah, they will still assign to that people. Oh well. Okay, back to Seoul. How are we going over on Phoenician 4? Where's my other... Is it over Lupical? Or all 3 here? Not sure, actually. We'll find that one out in time. Okay. So we're actually increasing the amount of atmosphere on the planet, of course, so that's good. We need to bring that up to about, I think it can be above, like, 0.15, or is 2 the limit? I can't quite remember. It's somewhere in that region, but we're going to have to increase it anyway. I always end up confusing the amount and thinking I need to subtract, when in reality I need to add. So we should be able to fix that mistake, and we shall be good. Hopefully, anyway. Right, so we're looking for November, really, when we get our new toys to play with. Cannot wait at all. I mean, so we'll design the Mercury beam cruiser as our base. We will... Actually, speaking of that, we do need to improve our jump drive technology, so we will need a command variant. Which would be quite helpful, considering that... we need to maintain speed. And we, of course, also need to have a ship that's going to act as our sensor base, really, the nerve sensor, I suppose you could call it. Now, I could design these ships to be able to act independently, which could be quite possible. We might want to actually up the amount of armaments on the actual ship itself and to just make it more defensible, really. And better on the offensive. Okay, morale has increased. That's what I'd like to see. Good 30 days has gone by. Fantastic. Okay. I might add some more mass drivers to these mining worlds. I just can't get over Eris. It just takes so goddamn long for it to arrive at Earth. Just incredible distances. Well. Okay. I would give orders to the Odysseus to load up more troops, but there's not really much point. It's still showing missile bases over here. That's quite interesting. Population's Earth. Sorry, I should be looking at task groups. I need to get rid of all those task groups as well. I'm just scared of deleting any. Missile bases, whoops. Oh, that was the PDCs, wasn't it? Yeah, okay, I remember now. I'll just double check anyway. Yeah, so we have the Hoplons, which are not actually loaded. Well, one of them is. What are you loaded with? Ordnance. You have some Punics, okay. Well, we have some Terrarii. So, we'll give you some of those babies. Give you 50 Terrarii each. Population, yes. Right, Terrarii. There we go. That should be quite nice. Okay, we'll continue. I really like this music, it's quite fitting. I know I said this last time, but I really do enjoy it. It just has that space opera feel to it. Just something I really appreciate. Right then, so to go over what we were discussing, we're going to need a beam variant as well as a command variant. And do I want a missile variant? I do really want one, but honestly, in line with what I think is best for the series overall, in terms of enjoyment, I think we should go for pure beams, mostly because it's going to reduce the slowdown in combat, because we're not going to have to wait for the aiming, and etc, etc, etc. We can focus on trying to enter range with the enemy, defeating their ordnance, and yes, of course, close into range. So I might add some combat modules, combat drop modules. There we go. The atmosphere of Phoenician A4 has become breathable. Superb. So we can begin to have the terraformers taken away. So I'm going to need the Togo. It's been a long time since I've used this baby. There you are. Okay. Proxima Centauri jump point. No, not Proxima Centauri. Lupical. To Phoenician. Okay. Task groups. We shall select. Where are they? There we go. Phoenician transfer. Terraformers. So, tractor specified ships. So we have the Arcani Imperii 1 and 2 over here. I do not know where 3 is. Right, so tractor that one, and where do we want to take it? I'm not sure, actually. I do not know where to take it. Perhaps we can consult the colonization over here, like potential colonies. Okay, so Syracuse is actually the fucking second best. It really pisses me off. I do wish we had the bloody population here. We might have to do it manually at some point. Now, Phoenician A4 is what we've just finished. And Colica Prime. Huh. Bugger it. We'll go to Ancolica Prime. That might be classed as a war crime, in a way. Be fine. Right. Ancolica Prime. Move to. Okay. Then once you've reached there, release tracted ships. No, not the jump point. Okay, remove that command. And Colica Prime, release tracted ships over there. Okay, then I want you to go back through the jump point, back to Phoenician, and grab the second one. Tractor, the 002. I can't see it there, so I'm going to assume it's there, perhaps? We'll wait until we can see, because I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. And I'd rather not have any bad orders. So we'll leave it as that then. But it's good to see that the world is now breathable. Hopefully we'll be able to get some more colonies in the area. So we do have the potential to establish another 2 colonies, which is fantastic. Yeah, we do have our troop transport over here, the Ooze. I might want to scrap it, actually. I think I will scrap it. Yeah. Might as well. It's not doing anything for us here. And it does take a hell of a long time. I could, of course, modify it to, well, retrofit it to modern loadouts, add some, like, cargo fitting, but to be honest, that's going to cost valuable resources, and I could spend them better by constructing a new ship that's a lot better for this purpose. Alright, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm considering whether I'm going to have to bloody design a colony ship. I'm probably going to have to do that, because they just do not seem to have any idea of what I want from the civilians. I want them to bloody take people to Syracuse. So I'll build one colony ship then, I guess. We don't have to make a big one. Just make it super efficient, it'll be fine. It doesn't have to be fast, it just needs to go between planets, which is fine. And especially considering that New Carthage already has people in the world, and Syracuse is literally next door. It's not going to take much fuel. Alright, then we can start seeding life upon the new worlds, which will be fantastic. That'll increase our trade. Hopefully we'll be able to get worlds with minerals as well, so we can start the mining process. It's going to be fantastic. Okay, crew morale. Oh, this is on the Ardent. Oh, Ardent. I didn't give you the correct orders, did I? God damn it. No special order, no special order. Yep, good. Okay, return to Earth, my good friend. There we go. Return to Earth. Refuel, resupply. How do I want to send you to Earth? Actually, you're going to be sent to New Carthage. New Carthage. Ah, which system are you in? Which system are you in? Oh, you're already in Sol, okay. Well, that's strange. Huh. Well, move back to Earth and then refuel and resupply. How odd. Oh, yeah, you are in Sol. How strange. How very strange. Nothing too interesting going on over here. And that was another 30 days. How lovely is that? Absolutely divine. Right, so we're already in September. It's going a hell of a lot faster than I thought it would. Quite happy with that result. Looking forward to designing these new ships then. Hi, Mercury. Maybe Cerberus for another name. I kind of like those names. Indeed. Should have that new laser technology within the same month as well, with the turrets. I'm not entirely sure if we'll be able to fire out of that range. I think what it's going to mean is that we have to retrofit the ship in the future to equip the better fire control. But if we can fire at 600,000 kilometers, we'll probably not hit. I think we lose quite a lot of accuracy at that range, but it will increase our time, well, tracking time bonus, so I don't know, we might be able to do it. And they are set to track at very high speeds. I might have completely botched that up by not completely understanding what I was doing, but hey ho. We'll see. Okay, so we just finished research into the ground unit strength. Fantastic. Right, that should be really good. We'll have to check on how strong our troops are now with their new equipment. So, logistics / ground combat. Ground unit strength, 8,000. Yep, that's fine by me. We'll get that done. So we could do with marine battalions as well, but that would be really cool having that option to close in on the enemy and try and board them. What we might need to do then is equip some Mason beams on our warships, the Mercury. And then it would be able to close in and use the Mason beams to try and damage the internals, which would perhaps slow the ship down a lot faster than just blasting it with lasers and doing incredible damage to it. Obviously we'd be able to just bypass armor and shields as well, so it's a good opening. Or even microwaves. I like the idea of microwaves. Now microwaves are there to destroy enemy electronics, so that would be a really nice thing. I mean, it would be difficult after we capture the ship because it would be effectively blind. So it's kind of a trade-off really. Kind of a trade-off. I mean, if we I don't know if it disables them or destroys them completely, but I mean, if it wasn't destroyed completely, we would be able to salvage it quite easily. Okay, so we're going to go to the Bernard Star. Bernard Star, there we go. And we're going to take a look at the planet, and we're going to take a look at our ground unit strength. Ground units. 18 defense now. Fantastic. 19 defense over here. 20 defense here. So that's definitely up to 705. That's a huge increase in strength there. Very, very nice. So it's increased it by about 4-ish. 3 or 4, kind of in that area. So if we go to ground unit training from Earth. Yes, we can see here, assault infantry, 16 attack, 8 defense. That's up from 14 and 7. Mobile infantry, 8 and 16. Fantastic. That's up. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Good, so we'll keep on with this ground unit strength, and then we might not even need extra troops, or that many extra troops upon the planet. I think we need about 850. It shouldn't be that hard if we keep on upping our strength. I think we might need another 10 battalions, perhaps. Well, we could work it out, actually. Another 10 battalions add in 16 strength would most certainly do it. Considering that gives us another... what we were at? We were about 700, weren't we? Obviously, another 10 battalions would bring us up to about about 860. Which might be enough to actually do it. I think we needed about 852 or something. I can't remember what we needed. It was in that area. This is kind of why I wish we could build the Titans, but that's coming in the next patch, which could be between anywhere of this month to the heat death of the universe. So we'll not hold our breath, right? Ardent's completed orders. And yeah, 3 days, okay. How are we looking on that research? It's not far away. Yeah, November. Not far at all. I do absolutely adore the designing process, it's just so good. Oh my. So what are we in now? We're in October, aren't we? Not bad, not bad. Only the next month and we'll have our new technology, which will be fantastic. We of course need to design a civilian variant of that engine. Which of course will be done when we get the chance. Now, what size do we want to make the Mercury? I think we're going to make another 20,000, to be honest. We do have our jump engine technology keyed for about 20,000 right now. So it would be kind of annoying to change that up, because I'd have to research it again. I mean, all of this, if you were playing single player, you'd be able to do no problem. It's just when you're recording something such as this, you have to, of course, keep the series going and not being boring. Okay, so we have a sodium shortage on New Carthage, fine. Right, we've completed research into the laser. Ooh, defensive systems, 20%, fantastic. Okay, so we have some lab spare. We'll put that into the ground unit strength then, why not? Why not? And continue with the capacitor research. Right, only another few days and we'll have that technology, which will be superb. So we do have a shortage of fuel, well, thorium on Carthage. Shortage of quite a lot of things, to be honest. We need to increase in mining output over here quite considerably. It's not bad at all, but we need more. Okay, we are going to cancel this for now then. Avoid using all our resources. And, yeah, okay. Can we build refineries here? We could build refineries here, actually. Do we mine uranium here? We do mine uranium here. And what else do we need? We need geranium and boronite. We have boronite. We do have boronite. Fantastic. That is really handy. We do have 45.559 million tons of sodium, so we could turn New Carthage into our fuel production world, our fuel refinery world, which would be quite cool. Build the mines on Lubrical. Build the refineries on New Carthage. I forgot what Syracuse has. I think it had a lot of certain things, which would be fantastic. Hopefully the minerals, that we're missing on New Carthage can be found on Syracuse. And of course there's always Phoenician 4. I believe that has minerals, I can't remember. But if it does, that'd be great. There's also Phoenician B as well, the second system orbiting the sun, where we can find quite a lot of minerals. Of course, that system is not so hospitable, so we'll have to set up some colonies on those worlds. There is the one that is incredibly hot, I remember, that had a lot of minerals. But of course, it being hot, it would increase the infrastructure requirement. Though we do have thousands of infrastructure on Lupical that we can, of course, use for this purpose. And of course, it would be good. Would mean that we've not wasted resources over there. But then again, I think a lot of it, or almost all of it, was built by the civilian industry. Okay, there we go. Fantastic. We've built those mobile infantry, and we've just finished our engine. So we're going to go over here then, go back to full summary. We'll take a look at the Mercury. Mercury, there we go. So, with our... Oh, wow. Ah, okay. Wow, we are going to be much faster than the current generation. Right. There's our 1,500. Right, so that took us up a little bit there. So what I could do is remove some of this fuel storage. There we go. So you can see our speed here is 11,250 kilometers per second. That is significantly faster. Significantly. So we have 4 turrets over here. We're going to remove those. And we're going to put on the new turrets. And see how we get on with that. Okay. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Yeah, that's increased the weight quite a lot. Put that armor down. Ooh, this is going to be tough. I may have to work with this. If we had 3 turrets, we'd lose some firepower. See, we only have the range at 480,000 kilometers now due to our fire control. So if that's how it actually is, then I'm probably better off just using the old turrets until we develop better fire controls. But it's good to see it confirmed. Okay. So we'll mount the old turrets then. They're 15s. So we'll just mount 5 and then I'll just remove 1. There we go. So, okay, that's a good lesson. Put that armor back up. Okay. Now, if I was to load the other sensors. Okay. So this one, the 30.8, is that the better one? I need to get rid of these ones, right? So 30.8, yeah, it definitely is. Okay. We'll mount one of our large ones, that brings us up to 20,000 tons at exactly, well, almost exactly. We could get a little bit more fuel on there. So our range is not fantastic, but look at our speed, 11,250 on a full warship. It's quite nice. Maintenance is still 2 years. It's looking pretty good. So, power, yep, that's still good as well. Now, well, I could afford to get rid of one of the turrets and then mount maybe the Mason beams, but we would need another fire control for that. So it's not the most efficient way. But we do have a ship here that is much up-armoured. So what we'll do then is we'll add some fuel. Okay, can't add one of those. So we'll just add the small until we get up to that size. Okay, one more. So we're 3 tons shy of 20,000 tons, but this is good. Well, we are at the end of the episode, guys, so thank you so much for watching, and do subscribe for more. And until next time, goodbye for now. It's been a complete blast.